Liverpool FC can confirm Darwin Núñez has completed a permanent transfer to Al Hilal subject to international clearance. Everybody at the club would like to thank Darwin for his contributions and wish him and his family all the best for the future. There we have it, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video that I'm thinking about doing on a regular basis now. And it gives me a chance to explain and give context much more than on Twitter or X as it is now. Um, so yeah, Darwin Núñez has officially left Liverpool Football Club, and I'm about to or want to speak about it now. People will probably say, "Oh my God, here we go, Grizz Khan and his agenda and his narrative about Darwin Núñez." Stick around; you might be surprised about what I will speak about and what I will say about the said player. Look, Darwin Núñez, I believe I was probably one of the first ones to link him to Liverpool when we initially were interested in him, and I found out through people that he was our first choice target, or Jurgen Klopp's first choice target. I think it's safe to say, and people that follow my rubbish or listen to me will know that I wasn't fully enamored. I wasn't on board. I didn't think. I didn't think he was good. He wasn't my style of striker at the time. But people that also listen and follow and subscribe to my rubbish will know that I'm a Liverpool supporter. And my personal opinions and grievances or issues or agendas and narratives go absolutely out of the window when the said player dons the jersey or wears the shirt. And I was absolutely on board with supporting him and giving him every opportunity to prove me wrong and smash it at Liverpool. I don't think he smashed it at Liverpool. Now, obviously, the title of the video is Nunez flopped question mark, but we bid farewell. And I absolutely bid farewell with respect and thanks and gratitude and all of that business. I'm not one of these guys that goes out of his way to troll players that play for this amazing club. I'm not one of these guys that looks for nicknames and calls them all troll names and banter names. And what do they call them? There's a name they give players. Oh, someone in the comments let me know later on. What's that thing they call when they give players names? Slander names? Troll names? Something like that. I didn't rate the player, but I was absolutely willing to trust Klopp and Pep Linders at the time's judgment. Look, I thought he'd bring energy. I thought he'd bring pace. I thought he'd bring physicality. And I thought he'd bring passion. And to be honest with you, he brought all of those things. He did. He divided opinion from the very start. But what a start it was. I remember the first Charity Shield, the first game, Charity Shield, and he scores that header and takes off his top and runs to the crowd and fist pumps. And I thought, okay, you got me. I'm going to be proved wrong here. This guy could be a hit. And of course, from there, the famous chant started. And then he scores um, against Fulham on the opening day of the season with a flick, comes on as a sub. I think is the equalizer he scores. No, the one to pull one back for us. And you think to yourself, okay, we may have something on our cards here. Then it kind of gets turned sour, doesn't it? Home game against Palace, gets sent off, gets riled up by Anderson of Palace at the time, who knew what he was doing. And that was the first chinks in the armor. That was the first doubts, not for me, but for some, to see if he had the temperament, the calmness, the assuredness, the game intelligence to be a Liverpool striker. As I said, I didn't think he did, but again, I was more than willing to give him a chance. He was an enigma of sorts. Had height, had pace to burn, but I always doubted his game intelligence. I always doubted his touch, his control. I even doubted his finishing, to be honest with you. He would score the most sublime or the most ridiculous goal, and then he'd miss chances. And we were told by many analysts and pundits alike, and people that had watched him far more than me, that he would be erratic, but he's a chance magnet. And that's very true. He was a chance magnet. He was involved in all the action, but he would frustrate, anger, and sometimes make me sad. And I think I was unfair with some of my analysis on him. And I've had a chance to think about why I think I was unfair. And people used to think, oh, I'm just a hater of Nunez. I'm not a hater of Nunez. He's one of the players that everybody wanted to smash it at Liverpool. I defended him on so many platforms. I really thought, he's going to come good. He's going to he's going to be a major weapon for Klopp and how Klopp wants to utilize him. But anyway, I digress. The reason why I thought I was being unfair on him, and I realized why did I have this attitude about him, and why did I think like this about him? And one of the major reasons I believe, and I've come to think about it, was the guy he was replacing was the total opposite, character-wise, personality-wise, game intelligence-wise, tactically-wise, touch-wise. And that was Bobby Firmino. Because, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget, he replaced Bobby Firmino, who was the most intelligent, the most assured, the most calm. Just an all-round team, beautiful touch, control, bringing others into play. Knew the offside rule. Okay, I'm going to have little digs at Nunez, but hey, he's gone now. It's okay. Don't attack me in the comments. But listen, we cannot, and I cannot sit here and say Darwin Núñez didn't give me some amazing memories. And ultimately, how we remember players is by moments and memories, right? And ultimately, how we remember players is whether they were part of any successes. And he was. He was part of the team that won the League Cup for us. And we all know his famous celebration when the kids won the League Cup against Chelsea, where was supposedly injured, yet he came sprinting down with, I think he had a cast on or something, I can't remember at the time, a brace, and jumped over the boardings. Mad, an absolute madman. Excuse me. And we also remember, then we try to remember fond memories. What stands out? What sticks out? And I'll be interested to hear your comments. Let me know what your best memory of Darwin Núñez is as a Liverpool player. I'm just going to name 3 at the top of my head that stand out, that I remember having the most craziest reactions to. Of disbelief, to be honest with you, just madness, disbelief. And I think at number 3, I'm going to start with the chip away to Brentford. Do you remember that one? I think I'm going to go with number 3, the chip to at Brentford, where he's put clean through by the late Diogo Jota. Darwin Núñez scores with the most difficult type of finish possible. In that situation, there was 3 options. Probably more if you just want to make up options, but realistic options or footballing options or number 9 or striker options. A, you shoot early when you're clean through, and you choose a corner and you shoot or you blast it. I'll count that as one. Taking a shot. B, you round the keeper and you tap it in. C is you decide to chip the keeper and lob him. You guessed it. Darwin Núñez chose C as the hardest finish. Mind-boggling. Number 2 for me would be the Newcastle brace. Tough away game at Newcastle. Down to 10 men. He comes on, I think, in the 70th minute. Don't quote me on that. Comes in the 70th minute and just literally turns the game around with a brace. With what I would say 2 quality, high quality forward striker chances. And you think to yourself, okay, this is the turning point. This is the moment we will elevate Darwin Núñez to become the iconic number 9 that we all want him to be. Didn't work out again, never took off, never lift off. But that memory will forever live in my head. And I think I'm going to, from a personal point of view, talk about the way to Bournemouth winner. I beg your pardon. Was it Brentford again? It was Brentford again. We're drawing. And the pressure seems to be on Liverpool. And everyone's thinking, well, this is where Liverpool buckle. And point to note, again, he comes off the substitutes bench, which I think kind of suited him sometimes more. And he scores a brace out of nowhere. Again, quality finishes, calmness, assuredness, positional play. I remember tweeting a song saying, I'm sorry and forgive me. And look, ultimately, I was never his biggest fan, but I've always been a supporter. Because that's what we do, right? We're Liverpool supporters and we support. And I was willing to support him, but I was never a fan. But that doesn't take anything away from his impact that he had. And I could probably, and this is the mad thing, I could probably go through 5, 6 other momentous occasions, memories, situations where he brought huge smiles and laughter to my face. And that's what ultimately it's about, memories. And Darwin Núñez leaves Liverpool Football Club to join Al Hilal for in the region of about £50 million, with fond memories, with loads of memories. And he did play a role in enabling us to win number 20. And for that, I will always be thankful. We now await our new number 9. And if you guys don't know, check out the video I've done on Alexander Isak last week or so, where I told you who our new number 9 will be. But we say farewell and we bid farewell to another one. And as I said, I had to do this video to explain my agenda, my narrative, my way of thinking about Darwin Núñez. It was never hate. It was just I didn't rate. Let me know your happy moments. Let me know your views and opinions on Darwin Núñez. And let me know if you think ultimately if he was a flop or not. Not that it matters, but it's just a title for the show. And I guess it just leaves me to say for the very, very last time, probably, because I don't envisage ever saying it again unless it comes for a friendly or a testimonial in the future. Nunez. Take care.